Good morning, guys. This is Nikki, also known as Faces Trader, and you're watching the December 7. It's a Philippine market update. Let us begin. Okay, so today the market is actually up 69 points or 7,203.67. We continuously see a lot of buyers outperforming all of the sellers. Let's take a look at your index. Market value remains so strong at 9.27 billion pesos. Advancers are 122, decliners are 114. You could see that there are foreign net buying today at 113 million pesos. Do note that we don't really look at the foreign net buying or selling. What's more important is the total value turnover. It doesn't matter if the foreigners are buying or the locals are the buyers. What matters is there are larger buyers and larger sellers, as you could see from the market value standpoint. This is approximately 100% higher or 200% higher, depending on the 3 to 4 billion pesos that we used to have as a market value turnover during the last 6 months. Now, take a look at the gainers. You could see PSEI is up, all shares are up, financials, industrials, holdings, a lot of properties, mining, services, meaning all the sectors are up. A really huge part is actually properties up 1.35%, industrials up 1.38%. So out of these index movers, the best way to understand it is to just read the prices. SM is now trading at 1,050, SM Prime is 38.7, ICT 126, URC 146, JGS 71, BDO 109.5, Metrobank 5175, GD Cap 665, a very strong move for your GT Cap. Take note that we were opining that GT Cap was going to move further from about 400 to all the way to about 650, and now it's 665. Jollibee continued higher. Of course, those multi-delivery options have been a very strong catalyst, and the Jollibee is now trading at 209. AGI continued further. It's now 10.56. You can see that the market continues to favor all of these reopening value names. Your DMCI is now 6 pesos, another reopening related laggard in the conglomerate space. MWIDE's power is 27.45. Your Robinson's Land is a laggard, now at 19.56. Pure Gold is 42.5. San Miguel is 134.3. Meralco's 297. Your Security Bank's 135. Bloomberry's 8.63. Robinson's Retail 68.7. Lucia Tan Group 13.56. First Gen, Emperador is 10.06. First Gen 27.8. MPI is 4.55. Globe is 2040. Meg is teetering at 3.98, consolidating below the 4 peso mark. Ayala is consolidating below 40 at about 39.8. AC 860, Telephone 1327, BPI 83, AEV 44.75. So you could see that there are more winners than losers, but even the losers of the day aren't really losers. They're just profit taking and actually consolidating. Furthermore, today, you could see that the top gainer is, of course, Dito Telecom. Dito finally had the resolution breaking 7 peso mark. Today, trades 10% higher at 7.61 with a volume turnover, a value turnover of 965 million pesos for Dito Telco. Now, you also see, although a very small volume, this is one of the best moves for DMW, a laggard. DMW is DM Wenceslao, another property name that we were opining that was a laggard that could actually continue to go higher, given that DMW and Double Dragon hasn't truly risen yet. And so we could see that there was a rotation. It's now doing 678 from 6 pesos last couple of days, 6 below. So we're now seeing about a 15% rally on your DMW, 7% up for the day. Your Sun, which is a reopening related casino play, is now trading at 1.85, 12 million pesos. It's not value traded too high, but it's actually doing well, even at a small value turnover. Now Corp followed suit, 5%. You have noticed that whenever Dito Telecom rises, the other telecom providers are also rising, and Dito and Now Corp are both trying to combat Telephone and Globe. So they're now up 7. Now Dito is 761. Dito is 761. Now it's 4.98. AGI and DMC followed higher. That is just a reopening related value play. So AGI 1056, DMC 603. Shell Philippines, also a laggard that climbed up. Shell Philippines is now trading at 22 bucks 25 cents. We are seeing some value names being picked up, like Manila Water at 16.2. DNL also catching up, DNL 745. So what you could see very clearly today is that it's a laggards that are moving versus your leaders, which were really ahead already. And so you're seeing that the money is rotating towards your laggards as what we have been opining quite a while now. So let's see about amongst the losers. Are there losers? Okay, MWIDE is continuing to lose from 929 to 889. So we're going to read some news on MegaWide. So this has been losing ground for quite a while. And you are seeing some sellers on MRC, but it's not like too big, 62 million, 52 cents. However, you could see that there are really a lot of sellers, given that, of course, it has rallied from 16 cents this year. Around 16, that was the low. That was like the consolidation area. So, okay, let's take a look at the most active names. Most active is Dito. Metrobank is just following suit, just like all the laggard banks. Okay, so I think that what's worth mentioning today would be the charts of the following. So, sige, isa-isa, let's do it. Let's go open the charts and read a few news on the market front. So let's read the MegaWide clarification of news reports. MegaWide is falling down. Let's read. Clarification, NBI filing wraps versus MCIAA executives, 15 others over alleged violation of the anti-dummy law. Manila Bulletin, date of publication, December 4. We write with respect to the news article published by Manila Bulletin on December 4 entitled NBI Files Wraps versus MCIAA Executive. The report in part said that Mactan Cebu International Airport Authority General Manager and CEO Steve Dikdikan and 14 other persons face a complaint before the DOJ for allegedly violating the Constitution and the anti-dummy law over the awarding of the concession deal to a consortium that isn't wholly Filipino-owned. The NBI announces on Friday. So the DOJ is going to have an anti-fraud division following this report made by the complainant. The other complainants are Filipino and foreign executives of GMR MegaWide Cebu Airport Corporation, GMCAC. The Filipino executives are Manuel Louis Ferrer, Edgar Saavedra, Oliver Tan, JZ De La Cruz. While the foreign executives of GMCAC have been named as respondents are Indian Sirivinas Bumidala, Singaporean Peace Tripathi, Indian Videk Singhai, Ghanaian Andrew Aqua Harrison, Indian Ravi Bhatnagar, Indian Ravi Shankar Saravu, Irish Michael Lenan, and Indian Sudarshan MD, Indian Kumar Gaurav, Indian Madhyash Nambiar, and Indian Rajesh Madad. Evidence suggests that the complainants have been gathering, showing that foreign nationals were actually performing executive and managerial positions. Though MegaWide is company incorporated under Philippine law, the NBI said that GMR Group is a foreign infrastructure company. The complainant addressed that based on the evidence, the MCIA is operated, administered, and managed by non-Filipinos, more particularly by an Irish, a Ghanaian, and several Indians who have profound control, enjoyment, and control over a Philippine public utility, among whom the subjects have been Dikdikan, Saavedra, Ferrer, Tan, and Cruz. So they fully maintain that it stands on the matter. GMR MegaWide said that they are denying all of these allegations in the article. And as of the writing, we are so far receiving these correspondences, and we are confident to address the public allegations in the said complaint in the proper forum. So that confusion over the foreign control of MWIDE is actually getting that buzz. So let's see what so the market has been selling off MegaWide over this. So let's see the chart of these, no? So that is that's the news for the drop. There's also news, this one from PH Resorts Group. It says that PHR is topping off an announcement and another issuance of shares. So let's read this. Note that Dennis Oi's PHR just successfully did a 1.68 secondary offering this year. And a couple of months ago, this is what they're saying. Udanas Gaming and Hospitality subsidiary has topped off Towers A and B of Emerald Bay, the company's flagship integrated casino beachfront resort in Mactan, Cebu. The gaming veteran, Mr. Jose Angel Suerio, said the topping off towers of A and B reports a significant milestone in the ongoing construction of Emerald Bay. Going forward, we do see more construction accomplishment on the facade as well as the interiors. We are going to be on time and on budget. We are expecting this to finish by second quarter of 2022. Upon completion, we will feature 122 gaming tables for the mass, premium mass, and junkets, 600 electronic gaming machines, 270 hotel room base. So this is actually going to be similar to the Bloomberry casinos, just that this is also in Mactan, Cebu. So this is a casino resort. PHR agreed that it will issue Futures at a price, future stock subscription at a price of 1.68 per share, the same price as the follow-on offering listed last November 5, 2020. So they're trying to raise another follow-on successfully because they've raised 756 million pesos a couple of months, a couple of weeks ago. So this is just an update about what they're doing. So they are doing a double secondary offering. So it's going to be also 1.68 per share. And so I think that the sell-off on PHR is actually related to the people who have those 1.68 shares. And given that 3 pesos is quite a good number for them to take profits on, there are a few sellers on that. So let's take a look also. So there's news on MWIDE, a drop on MWIDE, a drop on PHR. So those are like the drops. And then what else should I say? Okay, so the good news on the breakouts of the day, of course, the continuous moves of your laggards. So your Shell Philippines, and then the breakout of Dito. Let's take a look at that. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's go each one of them. So let's take a look first on the losers, MWIDE Construction Corporation. Okay, and I'll take a look on your questions later as well. So MWIDE is down 4%. More importantly, this is down more than 10%. That is a laggard move based on the news that MWIDE is being contested on their foreign ownership these days. So your startup, my startup disk is full. Okay, MWIDE, you could see that this one is actually trading near that support of 8.3. For those who are looking for a potential buy here, take note that you've got a lot of support at 7 and a lot of potential support here at 8.32. This drop from around 11 to 9 to 8.9 should be seen by others as actually a reopening guide entry point, despite the current bad news that's flowing into MWIDE. I do not think that news will really be a big drop on MWIDE. And so any drops actually from about 8.80 all the way to 8 peso, you can actually try to see for an entry on MWIDE. Let's take a look at some laggards like Manila Water here. So Manila Water has closed today at about 16.2. This is a V-shaped rally. Take note that the move is actually a breakout from the 15 area. That used to be your resistance here, which is now becoming a support. So we're going to do a role reversal already for MWIDE, wherein the previous low, the previous high of 15 is now becoming the higher low. So given that 15 is now the first low, the higher low, how high can Manila Water be? We take a look at the potential reward to as high as 19 to 20 bucks, similar to what happened before with our laggard pick, which was Robinson's Land. At that point in time, Robinson's Land was still trading here at about below 16. It's now trading at 19.56. Take note, though, that Robinson's Land still has significant leeway to currently expand further to about 21 or 22 or 23 on a successful reopening move. Not necessarily next week or next month. It could happen next year. So these are all just buy and dip waves for your Robinson's Land and for your just continuing to hold on to them. So let's take a look at Shell Philippines. You could see that the laggards have really been leading these days because, of course, there is rotation into the market, and the market is looking for cheap values that are still available in the market. Shell Philippines presents that option. That's why you're seeing this 16 to 23 move. So far, though, let's take a look that Shell Philippines has these resistances. Take note, this first resistance at 26. Of course, this is also resistance at 24. This is a good job that it broke above 21. It's now trading 22. We should see it actually trading above 20 the next couple of days to really solidify that this is indeed a very strong move. Okay, so do note that there are these resistances. If you have this, just hold on to it. Let's see whether it can rise to 24 or 26. Okay, there's more to discuss. Okay, your Shell Philippines is done. Your Dito Telecom, let's see. So Dito Telecom surprises the market with a very strong move. I don't know if you're surprised. Of course, this was a consolidation wherein we don't know the outcome. Consolidations can go further apathy or it can go breakout. But this one further went bullish mode to about 7, now 760. However, let me just show to you that despite this move up, I don't really know how high it can go. Sure, there is this 850 selling resistance. So far, it is doing well. Those who have their Dito Telecom are holding in. holding their shares, however long this takes. But yeah, this one is a good move today. I am, however, not a breakout buyer. So I just say that this is good for those who have it. Those who don't have it don't need to chase it. What else? So there are more. Okay, so your Manila Water is doing okay. Laggard play. Your MWIDE. Okay, your PHR. Okay, I forgot. The Sun. Okay, so the Sun is actually one of those laggard picks that have been rising continuously. Take note that the casinos as a whole is called a reopening theme, whether it be Bloomberry, PLC, Sun, AGI, and of course, Sun is actually going to be the Sun City for AGI's Resorts World. And that has current resistance here at about $2. So we are seeing that people have been buying SunTrust ever since 140 and continuously rising today at about 170 to 185. You can see that that momentum continues, and we are seeing that the first resistance is this here at about 2, and another resistance again at about 2.2 and 2.4. So as long as the trend is your friend, we are seeing that the market is continuing to buy all of these reopening casino themes. What else? Laggards like DNL have been rising, the DNL and DMW. So DNL continues higher, now 7. Can it go to 9? We think so. So this is just a hold. 840 to 9 seems to be continuously a strong move for your DNL. So just a continuation format for these laggards. DNL continues higher, 745 to 855. Yes, very possible. What else? DNL, what else? Okay, yeah. So DMW is a laggard pick. DMW and Double Dragon indeed are one of your very laggard names in the property sector, even as the entire Philippine property market has been trying to wake up. So you could see that we have been opining this ever since 6 below. And so right now it's trading at 678. Do think that this has leeway to go as high as 8 or even 9. So risk reward still remains for the bulls despite this despite today's rise. So these are considered your laggard picks, DMW, in the property segment. Let's take a look as well on your Double Dragon. Let's take a look because it now broke that 15 peso mark. So after consolidating quite a while below 15, we are seeing a first, the first shoots of a potential move back to 18 or 19. Still looks like this is consolidating, however, consolidating on the upper side. So we'll see whether this one can continue further next couple of days, but it looks like the risk reward is on the upside. Now, let me now check your questions, if any. Let's go to the commentary today. Okay, DMC, is this price a buy and add to current shares held? So I really think that currently it's very hard to say if DMC will continue further. However, there is no pressure to really sell. We really think that right now the market is more on the holding side. Hold, no buying, no selling, meaning it's very hard to average up after a significant move, but it's also very hard to really dictate that we have a selling area. So I wouldn't add, but I wouldn't actually be selling. So I'd say that if you have it, continue to just hold, but wait for the market to give you a better entry if you want. Kim Jip Young is game over na. Yep, but Kim Sean Ho is actually doing so well, and it's okay. The fans love him more. So all-time highs for Tim Jip Young, aka Kim Sean Ho from the startup Korean novella. Bloom. Okay, Bloom is okay. Bloomberry is part of those reopening themes. I'd say that these are being accumulated and held by the people who have it. So this is still just a continuous rally, but I'm not sure if it will rally to 10. So far, we can see a very strong resistance at 10, and maybe this resistance at 9 is still looming. So people are actually going to wait it out if they can enter lower near 8. I'm not too confident to buy at these prices, but I'm not confident to sell either. So mostly a hold. Is it true that IMI will have the very first electric vehicle in the Philippines? I'm not sure about that. However, I think for electric vehicles, I would rather own Chinese electric vehicles and American electric vehicles. I wouldn't actually play it through the Philippine market. Okay, I just bought Cebu Pacific and I hold it for the long term. Yeah, I think so. Like airlines worldwide are doing fine. Cebu Pacific is a reopening theme. However, I do think that if you're buying 51, be aware that you can also see it go down to 48, 47. Just be aware that your position sizing has to be really long term. Don't really go all in so that you can actually weather if there are drops. Miss Nikki, how about Chelsea? Okay, Chelsea is one of those companies that benefit, I believe, whenever Dito Telecom rises. So far, yeah, this one still has resistance at 7, still has resistance here at 611. But yeah, some people were buying Chelsea perhaps as a sympathy play in recognition of that Dito Telecom move. What do you think about the green and the disclosure in PHR? Okay, so the PHR results, I read the news. I think that the PHR result will actually just be a potential profit taking first, a consolidation, given that some people would have the shares at 168. However, do note that I think that that will be protected. I just don't know what price. It could be 280, it could be $3. Right now it's trading at $3. However, I guess that the fear of some people is that they aren't sure if they should buy from the market when others have a cheaper cost. So maybe some people want to just buy the secondary offering, which is a discount. How about Wilcon? Wilcon is I think steady lang. It's not been let me see. I don't watch this too much. Wilcon Depot 18. So really, I don't think that the market is willing to pay very expensively to the market, given that there's a lot of values in the market. I don't think that Wilcon is the first in mind. I don't think the market right now is focused on the leaders. They're actually focused on the laggards that they can get some bargains from. SLI, CHP. I commented on CHP last week that it looks like there's a lot of resistance at 2 and 3. However, I don't know if this consolidation will go higher. SLI is a laggard trying to move up. Some people trying to focus on laggards. However, this isn't really too much of a value given that, over the last couple of years, this company, yes, I understand it has been growing, but the market right now is really looking for bargains, not leaders. So I think like the market would prefer owning the DNLs or the Manila Waters, or even just an opinion to get MWIDE on this bad news dip. Good afternoon. How should one handle Double Dragon versus the upcoming REIT offering? Which would perform better? So guys, a REIT does not give you the equity upside, but it doesn't also give you the equity downside. REIT offerings are actually suitable for bond-related investments where you don't make a lot of money, but you don't also lose a lot of money. Unlike Double Dragon, which has a volatility perhaps of 40, 50% upside, downside, 100% upside, unlimited upside, etc., etc. The thing about REITs is that REITs do not exhibit the same volatility. REITs are usually just treated as bonds. So it's usually just giving you 5% a year. And then when it moves, maybe it can go up 5%. So it's not the same. Double Dragon REITs would be more of a bond-related investment. It's good for the people who are looking for something to suit their time deposit, something that doesn't move, but also something that gives them a good yield, even if they waited for another year, 2 years, 3 years. So every year they get collection of dividends from those REITs. Hi, ma'am. What do you think about SSI? SSI, we like that company doing 169 today. Still at the flag. However, it looks like this one has leeway to go higher next year. How about MW? What is MW? Are you talking about MWC? Answer that already. Okay, is it a good time to sell GT Cap? It's very hard to sell GT Cap knowing that GT Cap will win in the future given that reopening themes are there. Can go higher to 700, can go higher to 800. All we know is that people are willing to buy this name for as long as it takes, even the dips. So I think for now, you just hold on to this. For all you know, it goes 700 or 800. So mostly just hold. MWIDE answered already that 880 to $8, 8 pesos seems like a good entry despite the negative news that's hounding the stock about the foreign ownership. What about dito? For 8.1, will this go up because there's no resistance? I'm actually a little bit apprehensive about momentum names that have gone 800% from the lows. Although it can go higher, I would say that it is very risky to buy extensions and chase them. Given that there's a lot of cheap valuation in the market, I wouldn't go for the leaders, probably get something with low downside and still good upside. Similarly, MRC, which has already rallied 300, 400%, I don't think that leaders are the way to go right now. The movement is really on the laggards, not the leaders. So same thing for Dito, now, MRC, ASEN. I think that all these leaders or early movers aren't going to be the ones where people are going to rotate into. The market isn't rotating there. As you could see, the market loves things like DMW, DNL, probably the Double Dragon, in fact, Manila Water, Shell Philippines. Marymart is also a leader. So probably these leaders will have to consolidate first, need some profit taking first. Your take on mining stocks. Leaders like mining, such as Nickel Asia, are already there. So although Nickel and FNI, I don't see them really dropping. I don't see them also outperforming next couple of years, next couple of months, given that, yeah, so I think like most of them might consolidate from here. That's just my view. All right, guys, so thank you for listening, and hope that you continue to like our videos, subscribe, and share Awesome 10X to your friends. And this is a daily video, so there you go. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.